Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to come before you really quickly. Oh my goodness, I'm doing it again. Coming and didn't type in my thing ahead of time. All right, let me just do it real quick. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I'm going to be talking about period repair today. So stay tuned. And if there's anybody that you know that is dealing with all right, I just got a call, that is dealing with any issues that I'm about to name, then they would want to be in this detox group. So I'm going to be talking about my upcoming detox group for the month of March. It is going to be a full body detox group with a focus on the menstrual cycle. So if you're dealing with heavy bleeding, long cycles, painful periods, cramping, clotting, abnormal cycles, trouble conceiving, not sure if you're ovulating, things of that nature, you're going to want to be in that program so that we can address those things and talk more in depth about some of those things. So when you're experiencing, quickly, let me introduce myself. My name is Nicole Brantley, Dr. Nicole Brantley. I'm affectionately known as the womb therapist. I help women who have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, those who have trouble conceiving, take the option of hysterectomy and other surgeries off of the table and truly get to the root of their healing. If you're dealing with bacterial or fungal infections that are chronic, I help you address that. That is a kidney issue, right? Or a adrenal weakness. In some cases, when you're seeing those things pop up chronically, I also help people take the option of surgery off the table because surgery doesn't address root issues at all. It just doesn't. Actually, I had someone who is considered a family member pass away just this week after a surgery, and guess what? It didn't address his cause, and now he's gone. Okay? So surgery does not address root issues. And so we want to always make sure that we're addressing root issues in the work that I do. All right. And that's the purpose of a full body detox. We have to learn how to fast. We have to learn how to mono fruit eat. We have to learn how to do things that's going to bring healing to the body. Right? So if you know anybody that's dealing with heavy menstrual cycles, long menstrual cycles, painful menstrual cycles, they're not ovulating, they're having trouble conceiving, all of those things, or they may have fibroids, PCOS, or endometriosis, share this video with them, right? A lot of people just don't know. When I hear people having conversations, I was in Sally's one day purchasing some products for my hair, and the girls behind the counter were like, oh my God, you made my cycle come on. Now I got my cycle. And the other one was like, well, I've been wearing this heating pad around all day. And I had a conversation with them. What are you wearing to catch your menstrual cycle? And when they told me, I'm like, that's why you're in pain, right? I have some pads out in my trunk. They're rain pads. They're non-toxic. They're going to help you with shortening light and lightening your cycle and so many other things. Not because that's, I'm making claims, but this is because of what so many clients who purchase from me on a monthly basis from the pad company is saying to me. Shorter, lighter cycles, right? Didn't even know it was coming. Forgot that I was bleeding. Didn't have any cramps. Didn't have to take any Tylenol or ibuprofen or whatever they're used to taking, right? So we have to understand the role that the menstrual products that are out on those shelves, those commercial products, they contribute to our pain and suffering as well. They're heavily chemically laden. All right. So when you're dealing with heavy cycles, long cycles, painful cycles, you have trouble conceiving, you got clotting, you got cramping, you have an abnormal cycle. It doesn't come all the time. You may have PCOS, things of that nature. What I do know is these are definite signs of high levels of toxicity being present in your reproductive area, and you need to detox, right? And not just one time. You need to detox, right? So, because what's going on is diet. And when diet is wrong, everything else is going to be wrong, because that waste is going to continue to accumulate to you. You're like, oh my God, I'm bleeding for 5 to 7 days. I have these horrific cycles where I'm bent over in fetal position and I have to miss 2 days of work and I have to be in the dark and I have migraines and all of these things, right? Because your body is toxic. That is the reason. And so you have to be careful of what it is that you're bringing in. I'm going to talk about a few things that you need to avoid. First and foremost, you need to avoid dairy products because they block absorption of magnesium and it increases the output of magnesium in your urine. So you have higher levels of magnesium when you excrete urine, when you're consuming high amounts of dairy or even little amounts. We're not meant to have dairy, okay? Dairy also causes cramping, okay? So if you cramp a lot, there's a lot of protein in your diet, okay? So avoid dairy prior to, the week prior to, and the week of. If you're not going to eliminate it altogether, that can help you with your cycles. You want to avoid refined sugars. Why? Because sugar brings inflammation on the spot. As soon as you bring sugar in your body, you're inflamed. And a lot of times if there's some acid somewhere else, you're going to feel pain there. Whether that's a headache, a stomach ache, the cramps because you're on your cycle, you got to avoid refined sugars because they also increase magnesium excretion, meaning they put a lot of magnesium out in your urine when you urinate. Okay? So that's why you want to avoid refined sugars. You want to avoid caffeine. If you're a coffee drinker, a chocolate lover, all of these soda, all of these things that have lots of caffeine in them, this contributes to breast tenderness. A lot of people come to me with, oh my God, my breasts are so sore. I'm not pregnant. What are you consuming? Are you consuming a lot of coffee? Do you stay in Starbucks line? Getting your lattes and your frappes and your espressos and all of these different things? Avoid caffeine, which contributes to breast tenderness. Caffeine also stimulates your CNS, your central nervous system, and can cause you to be jittery and anxious because of that overstimulation, right? So it's not just in coffee, it's in chocolate, it's in many things, it's in sodas, it's in certain teas. Black tea is caffeinated. So make sure that you avoid caffeine at all costs. A lot of you talking about how anxious you are and you having panic attacks and your anxiety, you have all this anxiety. Well, caffeine is a 1 on the pH scale. It's very acidic to your body and it wears your adrenals out. Your adrenals are the reason you're having panic attacks. When they're weak, it's in control of your mood. It's in control of anxiety, right? So when you get rid of those things, you get rid of the anxiety. You get rid of the chronic fatigue. You get rid of the chronic yeast infections and all of the other things that come with having weak adrenals. But caffeine wears down, overstimulates your adrenals and wears them out, which causes you to be more anxious, okay? And again, remember that contributes to the breast tenderness. So stay away from caffeine prior to and during the time of your cycle. Do not, because this is a biggie for me. It's a pet peeve of mine. Ladies who love their wine and they're always talking about winding down with their wine and their nightcap. And you guys have to understand, and I'm not going to go into it here, what alcohol does to the body. And people like to differentiate, well, it's not liquor, well, it's not this, or it's not hard, or it's still alcohol, right? Very high in acid and very high in sugar. And this is a lot of the reasons you're having the problems that you're having. And this is what is contributing to the over acidity and toxicity that's present in your womb space. Okay? Chill out on the wine. Whenever we bring alcohol into the body sees it as a 911 emergency. Whatever it was doing, it stops and it gets to getting that alcohol out of your body. So you want to stay fat? Continue to drink alcohol because it puts a lot of weight on you. It's high in sugar and it's super acidic. All right? Which both tie back to issues with losing weight and issues with gaining weight. All right? And it not going anywhere. So do not consume alcohol. If you're not going to take my advice, at least don't do it a week prior to and during your cycle because it depletes your electrolytes, especially magnesium via your urine. Okay? And that's why that's one of our major deficiencies as women is depletion in magnesium. As humans, really. Okay? A lot of people are magnesium deficient. All right. So the other thing is do not smoke. I'm seeing more and more women. I'm not judging you for your lifestyle, but you got to understand what these recreational activities are doing to your body. Live your life. Do what you want, but be informed. A lot of the times people do things that they do because they are ignorant to the things that the thing that they're doing is doing to their body. I hope that made sense. Smoke is super dehydrating. All right. I'm talking about marijuana. I'm talking about cigarettes. I'm talking about Black and Milds. I'm talking about cigars, because women are into all of those things now. I mean, you remember cigarettes back in the day, the long cigarettes, the ladies posing in the pictures with the warning on the cigarette package about what nicotine does to the body. All right. It's super dehydrating to the body. And when we're dealing with heavy, long, crampy, clotty, painful menstrual cycles, the last thing we want to do is be smoking and drinking. The last thing. All right. So again, this program starts Monday, March the 4th. It is one of my full body detox programs. A kit is highly recommended to help you nourish your body, rehydrate your body, because a lot of us are dehydrated. But it's also going to focus on the menstrual cycle. So in addition to learning about mindset and kidney function and, what the role of your kidneys are and proper food combining and bowel management and understanding your lymphatic system, we're going to touch on PMS. We're going to talk about the heavy bleeding, the cramping, the clotting, and all of those things in more detail than I'm discussing here, right? So this is just a light little quick overview. But this program will touch on PMS and why you're experiencing that. A lot of people suffer with PMS. And a lot of people suffer with PMDD, right? Pervasive. Gosh, I don't want to lie to you. I just had it up too because I was having a conversation about this with somebody. I'll tell you exactly what it stands for, the medical terminology for it. Premenstrual dysphoric disorder. All right. So this is when people have a severe and chronic condition that affects their mood and their physical symptoms the week before menstruation and sometimes during, and they can't control it. So you're like, woo, let me stay away from her when she gets on her period because she is erratic. She will curse you out. She goes off. She has zero self-control, and people don't understand it, but it's a disorder, right? It's a lack of hormones being in balance in addition to other things. All right. So I wanted to talk about that, but that's everything. Those are most of the things that we're going to cover in that program that starts March 4th. But diet is the reason why we're dealing with all of the things related to our cycle. So let's get together and start to work on repairing our period. Let's get together and start repairing our period so that we don't look at it as a time to dread that time of the month, right? Oh, here we go with the cramps. I got to take Motrin for the first 3 days. I missed 2 days of work. It's a dread. Like, we should be excited about the things that happen within our body. It's not normal to have any of these symptoms. Common, but there's nothing normal about them. Just like when people are in menopause. Menopause is a time where estrogen decreases in the body. You shouldn't be having hot flashes and night sweats and vaginal dryness and all of those things are common, but they're not normal. You're experiencing them because there are certain organs and glands in your body that are down, that are weak, that are not functioning optimally. And detox is going to help you get back to functioning optimally because you're restoring, right? You're regenerating, bringing back to life the things that are otherwise not working and functioning optimally because your diet has worn them down. The body gets tired. The skin gets clogged. The colon is backed up. All of these things are happening to you because of what you're bringing into your body. You have to get in the know. It's the only way to make informed decisions. Okay? And so, again, recap quickly. Avoid dairy, avoid refined sugars, avoid caffeine, avoid alcohol and smoking, okay? These are things that we should not be doing the week before and during our cycle. And those phases are short. I'm even going to bring in and discuss some things in a book that I read years ago, and I often pull out sometimes, Woman Code, right? There's another book, I think it's called Period Repair, or something similar, I'm going to pull that one off the shelf and probably read some excerpts or just go over things that I've highlighted in my time of reading those books that stood out to me that I felt were very important so that you can be in the know. Listen here, listen up. Your monthly cycle, your menstrual cycle, is a report card of what's going on in your body and in your uterus or womb space. When it's heavy, you're highly toxic. When it's long, it's because a lot of toxicity and acidity is present. When you're cramping, it's because you have high levels of protein in your body in the form of animal products from dairy and meats. When you're clotty, it's because there's poor circulation because that lymphatic system is not moving. When it's painful, equal with cramps, you have too much protein in your body, right? And a lot of the times that's accompanied by odor. Vaginal odor, your underarms can smell, you can have body odor because proteins are stinky and odorous and they have to get out. Toxins have to leave the body. Okay? And then you get the outbreaks and then you're swollen and bloated because estrogen rises and it's naturally acidic. And so you're going to see inflammation. You're going to see things differently than if you weren't on your cycle. But a lot of that stuff is common and it's not normal. But you don't know that because you don't even know what you're doing to contribute to the things that you're seeing show up during that time of the month. Joy says, good info I can share with my teen girl. I have some symptoms from premenopause, but that's normal. It's actually not, right? That's what I was just saying. Common, but not normal. We see it because our adrenals are worn down. That's why people are having hot flashes and night sweats and all of these different things when they're in premenopause and menopause. It doesn't have to be, right? People think the same thing with their eyes. Oh, my eyesight is failing, or now I need glasses, or this is going because I'm getting older now. The more we eat, the more we age. Okay? The more we eat, the more we age, and we start to see a decline, not because of age, but because of diet. We're eating really poor diets. We're eating stuff that we should not be eating. Okay? So, March 4th, spread the word, share this video. I'm going to be going live a few more times to talk about some different things as it relates to this because I want this to be a full program. I want women to show up everywhere I go, everywhere I speak. When people introduce me, when people refer the womb therapist, a lot of people are dealing with menstrual cycle issues. Heavy, long cycles, they're clotting, they're cramping. We have to address these things. We have to understand how we contribute to our illness, right? But we also get to contribute to our wellness. So when we shift and change things within our body can shift and change. When we detox and eliminate and purge waste, we can see things change. When I do vaginal steams, people have amazing menstrual cycles. But if you don't have access to that, there's other ways to change that, right? And if you're having deep issues that we need to dig deeper with, as far as your menstrual cycle is related or trouble conceiving is related, that's when we bring in the herbs. But I got to make sure you're absorbing them first. I have to make sure your colon is clean. I have to make sure your kidneys are up and running. There are certain things that I do before I introduce herbs because herbs can be expensive in tincture form. And if you're not even absorbing them because you're malabsorbed and you're full of old fecal matter, you're not going to even get the best use of those herbs. Okay? So a lot of us need to dig deep. If group detox is not for you, book your one-on-one consultation so that you can have my full attention for whatever it is that you need to work on, and we do that together. But I wanted to come on quickly. I got to go juice for a few clients and get out of here before a certain time. I have a ton of things to do. My son got a basketball game this afternoon. Listen, I said I was going live more this year, and it ain't happened yet because my schedule feels like it just gets busier and busier. But thank you so much for tuning in, right? Take care of your body so that your body can take care of you. Health does not happen by chance. It happens by choice. You have to do things differently. You have to make different decisions. Are you going to be a slave to your diet or a master of your health? You have to ask yourself that question. Am I going to be a slave to my diet or am I going to be a master of my health? Choose to be a master of your health so that you can be around for years to come. Right? I don't know if you guys have seen the video floating of this lady, and I think she's in Africa, in another country, She said she's 146 years old, thriving, right? Skin looks good. She's in her right mind. She's talking. We are sick in America. We are dying from Alzheimer's and dementia and all of these inflammatory diseases because of our diet. And we're dying prematurely. No, it might not have necessarily been such and such as time to go because cancer took them out, because this or that took them out. It's us and what we're eating. And we have to understand that our food, our air, our water, it's all polluted, right? We can't avoid everything, but the places that we can make change and avoid things, we need to. We need to. It's totally possible. We have to shift and change what we're bringing into our internal terrain. We have to shift and change what it is that we're eating and drinking. Put down the soda, put down the sweet tea, the diabetic sweet tea. Give you diabetes on the spot with all of that sugar. Okay? Put down the syrupy drinks, the sodas, the sugar, the sodas, the sweet teas, the Gatorades, the Powerades. Stop giving that to your athletes. Those things create more of a burn than a soda does. Our kids should not be drinking that, okay? At all. So, let's make some different decisions. If you're struggling with any of the menstrual cycle issues that I named, I would love for you to join us and be in that group. I want a large group of people because I want the more people I help, the more people you can help. Because when you learn these things about your body, you can teach people. I can't do this by myself. I'm one person, right? That can see but so many people. But when we learn and grow, we can teach other people what it is that we've learned so that they can grow, so that they can know and do things differently. But we have to begin to do things differently. We have to start taking care of our bodies. We have to start valuing our health. Not enough of us do that. We're in this treatment. I'll pop a pill as long as I take my diabetes medicine, as long as I take my high blood pressure medicine, as long as I take this or take that, I'll be fine. No, you won't. That's a slow death. That's not addressing your underlying root issue. It's masking it. You think you feel better on the surface, but stop taking it and everything else is going to come back to the surface and you're going to be dealing with what you were dealing with and be back at square one. Address root issues. Address inflammation. All right? Address the toxicity. Address all of the accumulated waste. Address the oils that you're bringing into your body at an all-time high, the flour, the white sugar, and all of these things that are keeping you sick. We are all called to do something, right? We all have purpose here, but we can't do it sick. Do it well in your right mind, in your right body, with energy, not with chronic fatigue, needing a nap, wanting to stay in the bed, come on. We have to understand the part we play in this. I'm going to digress and get off my soapbox. March 4th, it's a Monday, March 4th. That is when this particular program starts. Full body detox with an emphasis around the menstrual cycle. Share this video out. Share it in your stories. Share it in your DMs. Save it. Repost it on your page. I don't care. Get the word out. It's time out for women continually missing work because of their menstrual cycle. Having to be in the dark. Thinking there's something wrong with them. You just got to clean up your body. It's really that simple. And sometimes when things are so simple, we're like, what? Like we're baffled, right? When I talk about cancer, people are like, what? Because they've lost people to cancer, but it's just damaged cells because acid is chewing on your cells and damaging them because your body's too acidic. That's why you got high blood pressure. You're consuming too much sugar, which has weakened your pancreas and doing Sorry, my phone rang. That's why you have diabetes. What would that be? What would that be something for someone who doesn't get a cycle anymore? The program is open to anyone because you're going to be learning about your kidneys. You're going to be learning about proper food combining, understanding your lymphatic system, which is a sewer system that takes out the trash, and bowel management, because without a clean, healthy colon, you cannot find complete health. Okay, so but I'm going to be focusing and doing other videos and posting out other information as it relates to the menstrual cycle, talking about things that you can use to catch your menstrual cycle. So no, it's not just for people on their menstrual cycle, but anybody can join this group, because guess what? You need to bring this high level superfood nutrition that I'm recommending into your body anyways, right? And a lot of the times, I'm not sure why you don't have a cycle. I don't know if it's menopause, and you don't have to share it here, or if it's because you got a hysterectomy. There are still things that you need to do to your body, because a lot of times when people get a hysterectomy, things go downhill, right? Prolapses and bladder issues and incontinence, because we never address the acid. So now it's weakened the bladder, and now you can't hold on to your urine. It's just seeping out whenever it feels like it, right? We got to tighten those muscles up. We got to strengthen the weakened tissue all over the body. So anybody can benefit from this group, but I just want you to know it's going to be a focus on the menstrual cycle, right? And if you don't have your cycle, we have amazing panty liners that you can wear every single day that has that graphene strip that's going to be bringing energy to your body, making you feel so amazing. So we're going to talk about that on the other side. But anyway, the link to join that is right here in my bio on Instagram. It'll be in the bio on YouTube, as the video will be posted over there as well. Siri, I'm not talking to you. It's going to be over in the description on YouTube, or you can go to my website, ilovebeingfresh.com, and it's under the programs tab. Do not wait till the last minute. You have to order a kit. It's not required, but it's highly recommended. This is how you get the full body detox. This is how you highly alkalize your body and start the journey to your ultimate lifestyle transformation, so that you're not hungry, so that you're satiated, so that your body has what it needs, so that you can understand how you should be eating, how your day should be structured, why you should be eating more raw food incorporated into your diet, why you need to eat less cooked food, right? All of those things will be addressed over there. So I'm going to hop off. I got to go juice. I got to go deliver juice and do some other things this afternoon. I hope you guys have the most amazing weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, share. I so appreciate the love, the support, and the following. You all have a blessed weekend. Bye for now. I love you guys.